Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick little review of a gaming laptop I just bought recently. This is the Dell Inspiron 15, I think 7000 series. So this is a very entry level laptop for video editing, gaming, etc. Not the most high spec, but should get the job done, and that is what I look for in many devices. So this you can have for about €1,000. It does vary based upon the configuration. With this one, I've got quad core i7 with the 16 gig RAM and dedicated GPU, full HD display. You can get a 4K display, which I don't really see the point of unless you want the like the highest pixel, but I think it might have a negative effect on the battery life. So I just wanted to do a quick review of this laptop, which I have been using over the last couple of days, and we can see is it worth it to buy or not if you're looking for a cheap laptop. And first things first, I have to say the actual build quality is quite nice here. It's kind of like a rubberized kind of matte finish to it. It does pick up a few fingerprints here, you can see, and also some dust seems to be really attracted to it, but generally it feels very robust and built to last here. You can see the actual back of the laptop. We do have some grills here to let out the heat, which that is quite a good design choice. The actual hinge etc. feels very solid here, built to last, no creaking or anything. There is a little bit of flex when you hold the actual screen down a little bit, but I don't think you're going to be doing that day to day. I have actually taken this out and about like for Christmas etc, and it's not been that heavy actually, not as heavy as I was expecting. You are going to obviously be not as portable as like if you had Ultrabook, but many Ultrabooks don't come with the quad core i7, so that's a little bit of a shame. But if we just have a look at the actual display, I'd say that this is probably the thing I was a little bit disappointed with when I first got it, because the display, it doesn't have quite as color accurate as some other kind of laptops, like for example your MacBook etc. So just I think I've got it on the brightest amount here. Let's just see. Yeah, so the first thing I'd say is that it's not the brightest display. It is on the actual max here, and it's not as bright as some displays that you're going to get out there. But the great thing about it is not reflective. You can't see yourself all the time in the actual display, which I found really annoying with some laptops which I was looking at. I don't know why they have that kind of glossy kind of display. It really is aggravating. So that's something quite good here. The actual color accuracy I have had to change a little bit in the settings because I found it to be a bit yellowish when I first got it. So I've made it a little bit bluish, and I'm quite happy with it as it is now. But I'd say it's still not the best thing about the device. It does reflect the fact that you're not paying that much for the laptop here. The keys on the pad here feel very tactile, have good travel. There's minimal flex as well if I'm really pushing in, as you can see. They feel very solid and built to last, no complaints there. The actual trackpad here is quite basic. I probably wouldn't use it myself day to day, because I have bought a mouse here, which is very nice actually to use for the pointer, but you can use it when you're out and about. But I'd probably recommend you get an external mouse, because as I said, it's not the most accurate, I don't think, trackpad here really. So let's just talk about the performance. So as I said, this is coming with Core i7. I think it's the 6700 HQ with the GeForce 960M, I think. So not the latest, obviously. We are onto the 1000 or whatever, NVIDIA, but really, I have been doing some basic gaming on it and video editing, etc. It seems to be handling everything that I'm throwing at it, and minimal heat as well does come from it when doing stuff. So that was what I was looking for really. So I can just give you a quick demonstration of a game here which I used to play back in the day. This is Succom Forge Alliance, which is very taxing in terms of the CPU. Well, it used to be. I don't know if it is today, but I just wanted to download it just to give you a demonstration here when a lot of stuff is happening. As you can see, the AI has gone mad here, and it plays extremely well in terms of the smoothness. This is on like full settings, full anti-aliasing, and the full graphics. In fact, let's just show you quickly in the interface. So you can see everything's on high here pretty much, which is good. And this is quite a taxing game really. I think the only thing to consider when I was out and about using playing some games on it, it really does drain the battery quite quick, using the dedicated GPU, because that's what it does. It switches to the NVIDIA GPU when you're on the battery power. I thought at first it probably would switch to the Intel, but I think it's definitely using the NVIDIA GPU, which I can see is from a performance standpoint makes sense, but it does drain the battery very fast. Like I'd say within 2 hours the battery will be flat when doing some gaming, so do bear that in mind here. But if you're connected to a power source, it's absolutely fantastic in terms of the gaming experience. I haven't had any slowdowns with some of these games here. Probably the most up-to-date and latest games you might struggle with a little bit, so you might want to go for the Alienware kind of equivalent with the, I think, GTX 1060. But if you're just looking for a bit of some fun here out and about, you can't really go wrong with it. As you can hear, the fans have come into life now because it's heating up a little bit. But as I said, there's very little heat coming from it, and it does sometimes get a bit noisy, I've noticed, when when it's quite warm, but it's not enough to be annoying. And the actual speakers, I'll just give you a demonstration of those as well. So you can hear, the speakers are very good, and certainly fill the room pretty good. But I wouldn't say they're the loudest speakers. I wouldn't say they're the most high quality, but they get the job done. I think that's what you're going to expect with this price point. So that is pretty good. So as I said, one of the reasons why I didn't go for the MacBook was because of all the faffing I envisioned with not having a card reader slot, like the most basic thing. So you're well sorted when it comes to this laptop in terms of expandability. So if we just have a look here, you can see we do get 2 USB ports, the power port and the headphone jack there, so that is quite nice. On the other side we do get another USB port. We get a HDMI out and an Ethernet gigabit connection if you want really fast internet, and the beloved SD card slot, which we do really love us video kind of guys. So that's quite nice. If we flip it on the back here, it's very upgradable. I've actually upgraded it already, to be honest, to a better M2 SSD, which I heard is the fastest kind of hard disk. When you buy this, it'll come with a very slow hard disk, which is like the 5400 old style hard disk, which you might want to swap out as soon as possible. So I was going to show you the inside of it, but I can't find my screwdriver at the moment, so the lid's not coming off, obviously, unfortunately. But you know, it does. It's very upgradable, which is good. You know, you can upgrade the RAM to, I think, 32 gig or 16 gig. You can upgrade put an SSD in there, as well as a separate M2 SSD. So it's very upgradable. As I said, I'm using an M2 SSD, 16 gigs RAM as well, so high performance type. So you know, I'm really getting the most out of it. Yeah, you know, I think that brings us to the conclusion then of this laptop. You know, what do I think of it? You know, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 overall. I think that you know, it gets the job done here. You want something which will give you some nice gaming. You know, you want something which will allow you to do some video editing. This is definitely a solid choice. There's probably better choices on the market. You know, Asus makes some very nice Republic of Gamers kind of laptops with the new like GPU in there, but you know, I've never had any issues with Dell like some other people. So you know, I think they're quite solid at the end of the day, and I'm liking the battery life when you're using the non-dedicated GPU and getting about 7-8 hours out of it. You know, disconnected from power cable. So yeah, just a quick little video here. Looking at the Dell gaming series. There's no disc as well, no DVD drive or optical drive, do bear that in mind. Hope you found the video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.